What is up, guys? It's the Sound Alchemist, joined by the one, the only
Gershwan.
And today we're back at it to answer more questions from you guys in another Q&A for the greater war.
This is a video series where we answer the questions left by you, the viewer. If you have a question for us, comment down below. Put a question in front of your question because we get those questions first.
And that is what the one, the only Kurt Gamer has done. How powerful is the Emperor if he becomes a god? Can he rival the Chaos Gods?
Yeah, I think he can rival. There is strengths between all the different gods because in the lore it does state that Tzeentch was the weakest because it's the one that was born
The latest besides Slaanesh. Yeah.
And that's the whole thing of like why Nurgle wanted to teach Slaanesh a lesson and stole Isha. So yeah, there's that too. So like because he's going to be a new god, he's probably not going to be as strong. Maybe, who knows?
Yeah.
But he could still rival them. He could still go toe to toe.
I think if anything, he might be equal or even stronger because you have to look at the Emperor now, or at least in his prime when he was like leading the Great Crusade and whatnot. Like this guy was fighting uncharted Catan. He was just basically untouchable.
Yeah.
Like, and that's basically God status right then and there. However, when he does ascend to godhood, like this guy's going to be way overpowered because look at the state he's in now. Basically a skeleton. And look at everything that he's doing. Preventing demon gates from opening up on Terra, still guiding Gilliman and the Custodes, and of course, he's a beacon for the Astronomicon. And he's what? Like he's 90% dead?
Yeah.
So yeah, he's going to be a force to be reckoned with if he ever does achieve apotheosis and become a god.
And he's going to look cute.
I mean, that's what I'm hoping for. I don't care if he's strong or not. As long as he's cute.
That's all that matters.
Yeah, GW did good in my book.
Next question comes from Paladin of the Blood God. Can a mother join the Sisters of Battle? Yeah.
I mean, why not?
There have been situations where like the Sisters of Battle go on recruitment, what are they called? Pilgrimages. And obviously like you could create a story where a mother who lost her children to orcs or to chaos joins the Sisters of Battle to avenge them. Although most Sisters of Battle go through the Schola Progenium and then that is how they become sisters. They join a covenant, I think.
Yeah, they become novicites.
Yeah.
It's a process. But again, like the Emperor could say, like, oh, you've been blessed with like powers and stuff, and you can go into the Inquisition, and maybe they'll put you as a Sister of Battle, or maybe they'll put you into some like retinue with like an Inquisitor or something like that.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. There's always exceptions to the rules in 40K because it's so grand, it's so vast. Like you could pretty much do anything.
It's so sandboxy.
It is.
It's for you to create whatever you want. This next question comes from Blondie42. Yay, my question got answered. Why does Gershwan hate Cavill? He's a total 40K nerd. It would like Ryan Reynolds getting to play Deadpool. No, not necessarily. I think Ryan Reynolds was authentic. Henry Cavill is not. That's it.
We'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
But honestly, the real reason is just because he hasn't been kissed by Cavill yet.
Right. Or sent $1 million. Next question.
Juan Jose Mendivil says, how are cybernetics to the factions that use it? For example, that how he's unsure of how they use it. The orcs, it's something rusty with super glue, and the Drukhari have torture purposes. So yeah, when it comes to cybernetics, it does vary faction by faction. Honestly, they could be used for anything and everything. Like the Imperium use it as weapons, as like tools for fixing things. Like as if you can think it, it's being used for that. And cybernetics is such like an over-encompassing term. Honestly, technology can be thrown in there. So like artificial intelligence, drones, that kind of thing could be seen as cybernetics. Maybe just like I was talking about with, like you were saying with the Imperium and using like mecha dendrites and mecha tendrils and stuff like that. It's so vast. It's pretty much everywhere in 40K.
Yeah.
That's like the whole sci-fi aspect of it.
Yeah. With a little bit of pain.
I mean, they even use it in like Star Wars, which we saw with like those Power Ranger guys in the Book of Boba Fett. How they had like a cybernetic eye and like
Power Rangers. Yeah, they were.
They're Power Rangers.
Yeah. Well, also Boba Fett had that done to him.
Yeah,
right?
didn't he get like his stomach split open or something, and he had like cybernetics in there or something?
Which is weird.
Yeah.
Next question.
Noctis Lucius. Since Belisarius' call was able to activate the Pylon, can he somehow get their hands on another Pylon and then close the warp gate below the Golden Throne?
So the warp gate below the Golden Throne is already closed. Well, it's being closed by the Emperor. Like he's basically sealing it up. And that's what a Pylon does. It just seals it up. Or it's like a plug.
Billy Mays. Is it Billy Mays?
With the slap thing?
Yeah. I don't think it's Billy Mays. It's that other guy with the Flex Seal stuff.
Yeah, he might die. Didn't he die? Or is that
Billy
the
Mays
pillow guy?
Billy Mays is dead. Yeah.
He's the pillow guy, right?
No, Pillow Guy's another guy.
He's the Oxy guy?
Yeah.
But yeah, so the Pylons would probably just replace the Emperor maybe. But like the Emperor still has to maintain the Astronomicon, so like his power still needs to go somewhere.
Yeah. Where else would it go? Maybe towards like healing?
Yeah, hopefully.
The big one says, my grandma says her hoeing days are over since she's now so old, but how can I encourage her to get out there and still be the best thought she can be at any age?
Example.
Yeah.
Lead by example.
Don't let your age be a factor in doing X, Y, or Z. You know, if you want to do it, because you're going to be missing out, and FOMO is not something to be, weary of.
No, because then you start chasing green candles, and by green candles, I don't mean like stocks. I mean like big booties.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. What's the phrase kids are saying nowadays?
Eat ass.
YOLO.
Oh,
that too.
YOLO. That's really old.
That is very old.
Is it still what's that other word? Poppin'?
I think it's still popping.
Yeah.
You still feeling fresh? You bricked up?
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of bricks, West Themes 117 says, question for Gershwan. How many deadlifts can you do for the deadlift gods?
I don't do that many deadlifts. I usually like start off pretty light, and then I'll do 12. And then I just go all the way up to like my max, and then do like 1. Then I'm done.
One and done. You gotta do it for the gods.
Yeah, I think it's more of just like shocking your nervous system, kind of like what the Space Marines do whenever they do their rituals and stuff. So yeah.
You just gotta keep them on their P's and Q's.
P's and Q's. Push and P, always. Which means pushing positivity. I bet you didn't know that.
Yeah. Hallelujah, holla back.
This next question comes from Jesse Thomas. What made y'all start the channel? So we started the channel a long time ago for the purpose of just like expressing our nerdiness through like videos. And it didn't start with Warhammer.
No.
It started with Hero Clicks.
We did a little bit of Yu-Gi-Oh, a little bit of Pokemon.
Actually, the most popular video on this channel, surprisingly, is not 40K related. It's Pokemon.
Yeah. Did you guys hear that? The gods are angry.
The Pokemon gods. What Zapdos?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's not a god, but it's a legendary bird.
Is there gods in
Arceus. Arceus? However you pronounce that. He's supposed to be the god of Pokemon.
A thunder god or just...
Well, you could give him a plate, and whatever plate he's holding, he becomes that type.
Oh, damn.
So he could be a thunder god.
But yeah, that's how it started.
Yeah.
Expressing this nerdy nonsense. And then what caught was the 40K videos. So we just kept doing them.
Mm-hmm. And
Are we tired of it? A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. If we're at Candle, we're running out of wax.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the thing about 40K that differentiates from all those other like hobbies we tried making videos of, it's like the lore is just so rich and so chef's kiss.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Read the lore of Yu-Gi-Oh! And it gets kind of wild.
Does it?
It does, yeah. With like pharaohs and people butchering each other. Like
and Shadow Realms.
Yeah, it gets way worse than what the anime was.
It started off as a game, or...
Well, at first they were playing like card games, but it was like Russian roulette and stuff like that. Like people were dying.
Oh, shit.
And then they're like, well, let's die with Yu-Gi-Oh! Instead of like dying by playing hopscotch.
We should start a Yu-Gi-Oh! Lore channel.
Mm-hmm.
Next question.
This one is by the Senate. If you could create a completely new faction for 40K, what would it look like? See, the thing is, I would want a completely new faction for 40K, but there are like 5 factions that need love first.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Harlequins, The Sisters of Silence.
The Custodes.
The Custodians could use a little bit more. The Dark Mechanicus needs to be fleshed out more. And, I mean, just the Kroot, yeah, I guess you could say that. Vespids, if you want to go there, too.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, when you look at the Tau, you almost forget about the Kroot and the Vespids are there.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, there's tons more things you can do before making a completely new thing.
Yeah, I agree. But if we had to choose, I think a new faction, probably mutants.
Like X-Men?
Yeah. No, like a conglomeration of all the mutants that come from the Underhive. So basically Necromunda, but like more
40K.
Yeah.
Something aquatic. I've always said it.
Yeah.
Bring water to 40K.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very hit and miss thing, especially with like bringing in a completely new thing with new lore, because people could either love it or hate it, and it's such new territory that GW is like, oh, if it's not gonna make money, maybe let's not put it out.
Yeah.
So that's why they're always sticking to their guns with Imperium.
Mm-hmm.
So watch out for that Imperium Codex version 2 coming out soon.
Version 2, yes.
Because they're not winning tournaments, and that means people aren't gonna want to buy Space Marines. So
yeah, but yeah. Those were the questions for today. If you guys have more questions for us, please comment down below. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. We'll talk tomorrow.
Yeah, Blue Skidoo, you can too.
Oh, if you could put my freedom